Okay, guys, today we are going to be talking about some important terminologies you'll be expecting in this course. Some important terminologies as used in sociology, Yes, words like social act, social action, social role, social set, social we have social category, audience, mob. So let's take them one after the other as much as we can remember, and you will do well to take note of them too. So social act simply is that smallest unit of action from an individual towards another person. In fact, what I'm doing now, I will call it a social action. But when you go ahead to play it and subscribe and like it and comment, even ask questions, we call it social action. My act is intended towards a person or group of persons, the same, just what I'm doing now. So social act is always this active interaction between one person to another person. That is social act. But social action is almost like the feedback, right? Feedback I got, or you get from, or the response one gives to your action or your act towards the person. We call it social action. Now, what is social role on the other side? Social role refers to different responsibilities. The responsibility given to any person as a member of a given society. Example, mother, that's a social role. Father, that's a social role. Son, brother, sister, daughter, student, pastor. In any of these, there are social roles expected. A teacher. As a student, you're expected to do your assignments, go to classes, attend your tests, your exams, and succeed, right? These are expectations from that particular role. There are social responsibility with their specific expectations. In every social role, there are expectations. As a son, as a child, as a son to a parent, you have your obligations. As parents, they have obligations towards you, right? As a teacher, they have the obligation or responsibilities. All are social roles. Doctor, nurse, market woman, all of these things are social roles. Now, social sect, or call it role sect. Role sect. Yes. These are bundle of roles that are expected or handled by one person. This, for example, right? So, for example, myself, I'm a master's student. I'm a YouTuber trying to help teach you guys. Yes, okay. I am a son to parents. I'm a brother to persons. I'm a leader in the church. All of these things, for example, are all roles. I accuse to myself that social sect, a role sect, one person. As a student, as a brother, as a tutor, as a son, all of these things. As a church member, all of those are roles and expectations still in my purview to execute, right? Yeah, role cluster. Role cluster is when these roles conflict. It happens when there is this overlapping roles. You see a lab tech trying to struggle with a radiographer. I'm just giving for example, right? So you see a doctor, a medical doctor trying to fight, or let's say a psychiatric doctor saying there is no need for psychologists, all of those things, and there is this overlapping boundaries. A doctor and a pharmacist they are not trying to understand the roles. So you see, there is a cluster and there is a conflict or role conflict. That's what we call it, role conflict, not cluster, please. Now we have audience. Audience is referred to as a group of persons acting under a specific stimulus. They are under the same stimulus. Yes. So they are responding to a particular stimulus. Audience, they are all seated or they are standing and they are responding to the person talking to them. That is what we call audience. On the other way around, mob acts on a higher intensity. On a higher intensity in this, and they are still under that same influence and stimulus, but they act on a high intensity towards a particular goal. Yes, whereas this mob act very fast and dissolve also. Crowd take time, they are longer, they take a longer time, but not necessarily under the same, with the same intensity and not always towards the same goal. Yes, if you go to the market, you know everybody might be there to sell, but not all is there to sell. Some are there to buy. In fact, some are there to carry things, like to help people to take care of their loads and everything. There is crowd is not acting like mob under the same intensity and goal towards the same goal. But crowd like a mob will, yes, mob, right, will act fast and they want to take care of that riot or they want to command, all of those things. So we have social category. This is specific roles and categories as these that is expected from or that is acute to a group of persons or individuals. Example, gender, male, female, age grade, adolescents, right? These are social category. Reference group is the group one identifies with or one would like to identify with. They admire them and want to identify with them. Red Cross, all of those ones, Boy Scouts, these are reference groups. Then we have there's another one I'm trying to remember. So we have social institutions. These are organizations filled with several roles, social roles, but are geared to achieve several social expectations. Example, religious institution, academic institution, educational institution. These are institutions that are geared towards a specific goal, but remember, filled with several roles and sets of persons or categories of persons. In a school setting, you understand there are teachers, lecturers, staff, the clerks, the administrators, all of these persons, the students, the cleaners, right? These are different social roles, right? And then, but as an institution, their goal is to restore the dignity of man. Okay, to administer what is it called? Good education, right? So these are the terminologies as we may have it in sociology, and wishing you guys good luck. I will also bring other topics when the time comes. Yeah, with time I'll drop more topics that like if we review the course outline, if there's additions to it. So thank you, and please remember to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.